Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk a little bit about citations and avoiding unintentional plagiarism. I'm sure a lot of you already know from the college's policies on what plagiarism is and is not, how to avoid intentional plagiarism, i.e. copying somebody else's work, downloading a paper, recycling an old paper, that kind of thing. But sometimes we unintentionally plagiarize when we don't know how to properly cite, when we don't know how to paraphrase, when we don't know the difference between common knowledge and specific knowledge. Those are times when we can unintentionally plagiarize. One thing I want to say, if it's common knowledge, meaning if it's something that is pretty ubiquitous, everybody knows that the Civil War lasted from 1861 to 1865, that President Lincoln was the presiding president for the Union during that war. Those are all pretty general, common knowledge things. That's not something you would necessarily have to cite. Things that you need to cite are more specific to an author's argument or more specific wording and things like that. So when you're reading, you always want to maybe take notes and put it in your own words. Make sure that you're not copying the book word for word, so you're not necessarily going back in your notes and then using those notes and that same verbiage to write your own papers and, again, unintentionally plagiarizing. What you should do is always put things in your own words and use quotes if need be. But paraphrasing and using quotes all require the use of a citation. And I like to just use the MLA citation method. So I want to go over with you real quick what that will look like. So say you have a question, what issues made the politics of the 1790s so divisive? Well, you would maybe start out with kind of writing your response in your own words. The American Revolution made way for a new nation, and with it a new government. The 1790s were divisive for many reasons. Alexander Hamilton had a plan to create a national bank that would, quote, hold public funds, issue banknotes, and would serve as currency to make loans for the government when necessary, all the while returning a tidy profit to its stockholders. Okay, I found this from the Eric Foner Give Me Liberty textbook on page 290, and I'm going to use this specific quote and give credit to Eric Foner using his last name and the page 290 where I found it. So that green, that quote, is my specific evidence, my example that I'm using to support my claim. The red is my citation. I'm giving credit to the author and showing that I'm doing my research. I'm doing my legwork. And then the yellow is just your commentary, kind of your analysis. This is something that made the era so divisive because this would give federal government more power than what Jefferson and the Anti-Federalists wanted. So always sort of follow that format: evidence, citation, commentary. So I hope this helps you out when you're writing your papers, when you're doing an assignment, whenever somebody's asking you to cite your work. Remember, that's what it's going to look like. You can always look up MLA, Google it. The MLA format will give you have tons of resources on the web of how to cite for articles, videos, anything else. All right, take care.